Thanks for coming out and watching the oxymoronic Reddit Professional Show, where I showcase the best and worst of the internet. Here I comment on brilliant and hilarious comment chains regarding dumb shit on the internet for you to enjoy. Make sure to subscribe, hit the little bell button so that you get notifications every time we come up with a new video. Enjoy this week's show.
Life pro tip: roast your broccoli. Broccoli is a cheap, ubiquitous vegetable that too often is steamed or boiled to death, sapping nutrients and flavor. Toss with olive oil and salt and roast at 400. This goes for just about any vegetable really. Toss them in a little oil and grill them. That's entry level for veg. Broccoli and especially cauliflower works much better if you coat it in some flour, preferably chickpea or buckwheat for me, as I like it to have better nutritional value, then in the oven till it gets just right. Some culai/brock and grilled cobs of corn and homemade kimchi and some freshly roasted, in spices and honey, hazelnuts/peanuts/cashews. All washed down with flavored homemade water kefirs and fruit plate for dessert. My whole house ate this combo for a good week every day when we got introduced to it first time. Tiny swaps, veg/sauce etc., and could do it for months. P.S. Most people are not aware of how cheap and easy to make kimchi and water kefir are and how extortionately priced and flavorless the store-bought varieties usually are. People don't hate vegetables. They just don't know how to cook them. I grew up on boiled, unseasoned veggies, and it wasn't until I was moved out and on my own that I realized you could put salt, pepper, and garlic on just about. It blows my mind just how many people eat plain boiled vegetables. No salt or anything. No wonder your kids won't eat their veggies. For real. I'm a grown-ass man and I can barely stomach a steamed piece of unseasoned broccoli. And for the record, baked broccoli with garlic might be my favorite food. The difference in flavor and texture is just staggering. My wife, when we first started dating, hated broccoli 9 vegetables. Really, I mean, she loathed it with the intensity of a 1,000 burning suns. She said it always smelled like rotten eggs and funk. Well, I didn't know that the first time I had her over at my place for dinner and I made sauteed broccolini. She was saying how it was just more for me and she'd just have the steak and salad and would be happy. Then I start cooking it. I pull out a fry pan and she stops me asking if I was going to boil the broccolini in that pan. I laugh and say not, that'd be gross. So I heat up the pan, add olive oil, add the broccolini and season with salt, pepper, and diced calabrian chilies. One halfway through I add a bit of anchovy paste and crushed garlic, and the place smells great. She's getting a bit more into what I am doing, asking why chilies, why anchovy, that's gross. To which I say, just wait and you'll have to try. Finish with a splash of white wine to steam a bit in the open pan and cook that off, squeeze lemon juice on and then onto our plates. She took one hesitant bite, then ate all of it. She's no cook, and didn't like veggies growing up. I like to think that this was the veggie dish that converted her. Also, grilled broccolini and lemon juice, get a good char on that stuff, baby. I'd almost prefer that to grilled meat, to be honest. That oil just added 100 calories per spoonful, so be aware of that. But the oil can help you absorb some of the fat-soluble vitamins. Check and turn them, because it can be easy to burn the whole batch. And be aware the quantity will shrink a lot, which can help you eat more veggies but might make the presentation look meager. Simmering vegetables in with your slow cooker stew will keep the vitamins because you're eating the liquid. Microwaving in a covered container with only the drops of rinse water clinging to them is a quick and healthy method for asparagus. Reverse half the stalks for even cooking, as well as cut broccoli, or Brussels sprouts, if you like a bright green color and the original flavor. Roasted vegetables all get that char flavor instead, which is nice for veggies you don't like. A tip for cooking for kids: rather than hide the veggies, leave the pieces large enough to distinguish. Have at least 2 kinds. They can choose one veg to reject, only tasting one piece, and the other to eat a full helping of. You can model this behavior yourself, if you want. Once I started cooking for myself, it became insanely clear that the reason I didn't like vegetables was because they were prepared wrong. I thought I hated spinach. I just hate canned spinach. Hated Brussels sprouts, but I roasted them once with just pepper and olive oil, and it is one of my favorite sides now. My mom was a single mom, so she would cook basically the same thing all the time because it was quick and easy, and used canned vegetables because that's what her parents did. I started teaching myself to cook for us at 11 and I'm happy I did, because she came home to dinner already prepared, and I didn't have to eat the same thing for dinner every night. Also, bell peppers. We didn't have bell peppers until I was in high school. I freaking love bell peppers. Roasting broccoli isn't all that actually, they become quite dried out. Instead, sauté them with oil, salt and pepper and you can thank me later. Very confused as to why roasting has become the general consensus for cooking veggies. I had to scroll far down to find your comment. because put it on a tray, sprinkle salt and pepper on it and then stick it in the oven and ignore it until it's done is significantly easier for people that don't cook than sauteing something. If you are someone who knows how to or enjoys cooking, then this thread doesn't apply to you anyway. With all things in cooking, you have to do it the right way and then it will taste good. Cucumber is like lettuce, it's just a water container, not a vegetable. Cucumber has a lot more to offer than its water content, as does lettuce. It has a significant amount of vitamin K, which is important for proper blood clotting function. Also, its dietary fiber alone makes it worth eating, since most people don't get anywhere near enough fiber. Edit. Every little bit helps. Yes, it's true. I am a cucumber fan. Edit to remove information that's actually true of K2, not K1. Ugh. I hate melon of all kinds. I recently ate a cucumber my coworker grew in her garden, fresh as can be. I've never been a big cucumber fan. I realized it's the melon of vegetables. No thank you. If you're open to it, try a Japanese cucumber, English hothouse cucumber, or one of the cute little Persian cukes. Homegrown cucumbers can get pretty tough and seed-y if left on the vine too long, playing up those melon characteristics you don't like. The varieties suggested above might be more enjoyable to you. I like to slice them super thin with a cheap Japanese mandolin and put them in all sorts of things, sandwiches, salads, rice bowls or stir-fry as a garnish, etc. Adds a nice, cooling freshness to many foods. Alright, I won't write them all off. Thanks for the suggestions. I hate cucumbers/pickles, like one of my most despised foods. But I always like to try things at least once. My friend's dad had made a dish, Asian of some sort, I want to say Vietnamese. The noodles were made out of carrots and cucumbers and whatever the tangy sauce was actually really good with the freshness of the cucumber. It was the only time I ever enjoyed eating cucumber and I don't even remember what the dish was sadly or if it was some sort of special cucumber meant for noodling. But I know there is one instance of me liking cucumber so the search continues. Brassicas especially. Throw some chopped cauliflower in a pan with butter and salt on medium heat and once it gets a dark brown it is literally the best vegetable ever. Only vegetable I don't do it with funnily enough is broccoli. Chars too easily immo on the florets. I prefer it barely steamed but still nice and crunchy. Drizzle of butter infused with garlic is nice. The charring is the best part. There's a lot of debate on whether steaming/boiling is best vs roasting/microwaving. But as a general rule for veggies, keep cooking time, liquid, and temperature low for the most healthy results. It doesn't matter how you cook them, it's better than no vegetables at all. I thought it was pretty unanimous that steaming resulted in the most available nutrients. It's lower heat and they don't sit in the water causing nutrients to leach out as in boiling. Can you give me some reading material on the debate? It doesn't matter how you cook them, it's better than no vegetables at all. Yes. But as a general rule for veggies, keep cooking time, liquid, and temperature low for the most healthy results. Depends entirely on the veg and the nutrient. Some nutrients aren't available until the veg is cooked, like lycopene in tomatoes. Other are destroyed by cooking, like vitamin C. Agree with you in spirit, but my advice would be to eat a shitload of veg. At least half of every meal should be fruit and veg, and mix up cooked and raw. As far as nutrients go, it's better to roast them. There is a lot of floating around here and there is no best way to prepare vegetables. Just don't deep fry. The concern with boiling is that many water-soluble vitamins such as vitamin C will dissolve in the water and since you don't drink the water you lose a percentage of those vitamins. But that's not necessarily the case for other vitamins such as antioxidants, where boiling may actually be the best at preserving antioxidants like carotenoid, including in broccoli. And since the availability of vitamin C is far greater, you might prefer to boil your broccoli for more antioxidants, and get more vitamin C from elsewhere. Of course, there are many other vitamins and that's just an example of a trade-off. Cooking certain vegetables may produce chemicals that may reduce the risk of cancer. Not cooking certain vegetables may preserve chemicals that may reduce the risk of cancer. You can go and read heaps of articles that discuss the merits of different methods of preparation and the pros and cons of both, and the simplest easiest TLDR would be to eat vegetables and mix it up. I cook and eat vegetables with the attitude that, as long as I am eating them, I am good. Trying to make them the best way is a fast track to getting bored of the food and not eating it at all. A good mix of roasted, sauteed, and steamed veggies keeps me excited to eat them. Best advice in this thread.
If you enjoyed this week's effective way to waste time, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you are enjoying the series, leave me a comment below. A special shout out to the content creators. You frickin' rock.